When the Big Bang marked the beginning of the universe as we know it, 6 powerful gem-like objects were sent hurling across space. These Infinity Stones were each tied to an aspect of existence: power, space, reality, soul, time, and mind. Only beings of extraordinary strength could directly wield these Infinity Stones, like Celestials or, of course, Thanos. Lesser beings would crumble at their immense power. Possessing just one Infinity Stone grants unimaginable power. Collect all 6, and that potential was limitless, allowing a Mad Titan to, say, erase half of all life in the universe with the snap of a finger. But what do each of these stones truly do? This is every single Infinity Stone explained. The Purple Power Stone was the first Infinity Stone to fall into Thanos' hands, and fittingly, it represented raw, unrestrained destruction. Housed within the orb, this stone was kept on the planet Morag, hidden away for a millennia in an ancient temple until Star-Lord found it in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The Power Stone granted its wielder unparalleled strength, capable of annihilating entire civilizations with a single blast. We see this firsthand when the Guardians take the Power Stone to the Collector, who shows them the celestial Essen the Searcher, using it to destroy civilizations. In the wrong hands, the Power Stone could level planets or wipe out entire armies in seconds. Just attempting to harness its power barehanded was lethal to most beings. Even spreading the energy through multiple individuals would result in disintegration. Upon learning of the true power contained within the orb, Ronan the Accuser betrayed Thanos and turned his attention to the planet Xandar. Attaching the Power Stone to the universal weapon, he would wipe out the Nova Corps fleet before being confronted by the Guardians. One dancing Star-Lord distraction later, and Peter Quill would have the Power Stone in his hand, linking with the other Guardians to harness its power. If Peter was just an ordinary human, this would have killed him and the team. But luckily and unknowingly, he was half celestial. After the Battle of Xandar, the Nova Corps took possession of the stone, locking it away in their vault for safekeeping. But 4 years later, Thanos began his quest, and Xandar was the first to fall, albeit off-screen. By the time we see the Mad Titan in Infinity War, the Power Stone is already in his grasp, its purple glow a sign of the destruction to come. It's this stone that Thanos uses most often in combat, whether it be simply unleashing a powerful blast of energy, blocking an oncoming attack, or perhaps most impressively, ripping apart a moon and throwing it at Tony Stark. The blue-colored Space Stone was one of the most sought-after artifacts in the universe before many even realized it was the Space Stone. That's because it was housed within a containment unit, the Tesseract, a cube of limitless energy capable of opening portals across galaxies. But until Thanos, no one thought to look further within. The Tesseract was first wielded by the Red Skull during World War II, when Hydra used it to further their plans for world domination, by creating weapons that were beyond human comprehension. Defeated by Captain America, Red Skull grabbed onto the Tesseract, but disgusted by his abuse of its power, the Space Stone banished him to Vormir. Remember that for later. With the Red Skull defeated, the Tesseract would be recovered from the Arctic Ocean by Howard Stark, who would study its power with S.H.I.E.L.D. and theorize a new element that his son would use decades later to improve upon his arc reactor design. By the 2010s, S.H.I.E.L.D., having learned nothing from Red Skull, was actively using the Tesseract to develop weapons technology through Project Pegasus. But the Space Stone's true potential was revealed when Loki stole it from S.H.I.E.L.D. and used it to invade Earth. The Space Stone became a gateway between worlds, allowing the Chitauri army to pour through the skies above New York City. However, they would be defeated by the newly formed Avengers. With that, Thor returned the Tesseract to Asgard for safekeeping, where it remained until Ragnarok when Loki took it once again. When Thanos intercepted the Asgardian refugee ship, Loki offered the Tesseract to save his brother's life. Shattering the cube, Thanos found his second Infinity Stone. With the Space Stone in his gauntlet, he gained the ability to open portals and travel anywhere instantly. Nowhere, Vormir, Titan, Earth, and finally to the Garden when his work was done. The Red Reality Stone was unlike any of the others. Where the Power or Space Stones bent physical laws, the Reality Stone could rewrite them entirely. Known first as the Ether, or as Thor put it, the Angry Sludge, it existed not as a solid gem, but as a swirling, liquid-like essence capable of turning fantasy into fact. It first appeared in Thor: The Dark World, when Malekith and the Dark Elves sought to use its energy to plunge the universe into darkness. After their defeat, the Ether was solidified into its true form, the Reality Stone, and was entrusted to the Collector on Nowhere for safekeeping, since Asgard already held the Space Stone. When Thanos began his conquest, he struck Nowhere in search of his third Infinity Stone. The Collector posed little challenge for Thanos, who burned his museum and destroyed his collection. When the Guardians of the Galaxy arrived, they found Thanos already wielding the Reality Stone. With it, he could manipulate matter and perception at will, turning Drax and Mantis into pieces of matter, and Star-Lord's blasters into bubble guns. As the Mad Titan said, now reality could be whatever he wanted. The Orange Soul Stone was the most mysterious and the most feared of the 6 stones. Unlike the others, its location was completely unknown until Thanos learned of it from Gamora. It wasn't hidden in a vault or guarded by armies, but in a shrine on a desolate planet called Vormir, where it was protected by a single guardian, the Red Skull, cursed to watch over the stone for eternity and guide others to a treasure he could never possess. That's because the Soul Stone demanded a price no other could. To obtain it, one had to sacrifice what they loved, a soul for a soul. For Thanos, that meant his daughter Gamora. In one of the most haunting moments of Infinity War, he cast her from the cliffs of Vormir, exchanging her life for his 4th stone. The Soul Stone granted him control over the essence of life itself, the power to manipulate souls, to see within them, and to bind them in ways no mortal could understand. Yet, its true nature and power remained a mystery. Some believed those taken by the snap were trapped within it, their spirits lingering inside the Soul World. The Soul Stone was a reflection of the true cost of ultimate power. The Green Time Stone governed the flow of reality itself. Found by Agamotto, Earth's first Sorcerer Supreme, a containment device called the Eye of Agamotto was created to harness its power. The masters of the mystic arts in Kamatage would swear an oath to protect the Time Stone with their lives, with it becoming their most powerful weapon against mystical forces like Dormammu. Its power allowed them to bend time, rewinding, pausing, or looping events and even glimpsing possible futures. Dr. Stephen Strange became its guardian after the fall of the Ancient One, and through it, he achieved feats no sorcerer had before. In Doctor Strange, he used the Time Stone to trap Dormammu in an endless time loop, an act that saved the universe without a single blow being struck. When Thanos began his conquest, the Time Stone became one of his final targets. During the battle on Titan, Strange looked into millions of possible outcomes, finding only one path where the Avengers could win. Later, when faced with Thanos himself, Strange surrendered the stone willingly, in order for the Mad Titan to spare Iron Man's life, knowing the importance he would play in eventually defeating Thanos. In Thanos' hands, the Time Stone gave him mastery over life and death, allowing him to reverse Vision's destruction and complete the gauntlet. With it, inevitability became reality. The Yellow Mind Stone was the final one that Thanos collected, and the one that perhaps shaped more of the Avengers story than any other. First seen within Loki's scepter, it was used to control minds and manipulate entire armies. Under its influence, the Avengers were first brought together and nearly torn apart. After the Battle of New York, the Mind Stone was stolen by Hydra, whose scientists used it to give Wanda and Pietro Maximoff their powers. Recovered by the Avengers, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner unknowingly unlocked its true potential while creating Ultron. But from that act of hubris came something new: Vision, a being of both synthetic and human origin, powered by the Mind Stone itself. Through him, the stone gained a conscience, becoming more than a weapon. It became alive. Thanos' arrival changed everything. On the fields of Wakanda, Vision's 2 deaths marked the Avengers' final failure. Even after Wanda destroyed the stone to stop Thanos, he simply reversed time and tore it from Vision's head, completing his gauntlet at last. The Mind Stone represented both creation and destruction, proof that the same power that gives life can also take it away. And with its capture, Thanos' destiny was complete. He became the first being to wield all 6 Infinity Stones, and with their combined power, snapped away half of all life in the universe.